Hello everybody, it's your boy Proftrof. We're back again with another video. This was suggested yesterday on the Discord. In the suggestions tab, this is down the Rabb.it hole by Nexpo. Y'all say it's cool and it's kind of creepy. So let's do it. The purpose is used to inform police don't harass contaminated individuals mentioned herein. Some names have been altered to protect the identity. Blah blah blah. Okay. Ryan from Nexpo YT got dragged into one of the most bizarre South 32 like rabbit holes ever. What is South 32? I have no idea. If you see anyone respond to my tweets, and you probably will on this one, with the name Stumpy or any variant therein, do not interact.
Got dragged into one of the most bizarre South 32 like rabbit holes ever. If you see anyone respond to my tweets, you probably will on this one, with the name Amanda, Stompy, or any variation therein.
Oh, Amanda.
Do not interact. Ever heard of the website Rabb.it? Apparently it was a site that allowed multiple users to have watch parties for online content.
Oh.
Apparently recently it was shut down after being bought out. However, this Amanda user is dead set on it being linked to child abuse. Anyway, she has a ton, and I mean...
Brother, please don't be one of those videos. I swear I've seen...
a ton of alternate accounts and will spam you endlessly if you mention it. Furthermore, she'll accuse you of supporting if you block her because of it. It's just a never-ending negative feedback loop. Anyway, how does this tie to me? Recently, someone made a thread on my subreddit about this and her subreddit, r/stoprabbits news sites, and since then, I've been subjected to this endless spam and borderline harassment by her. If you see her tweets, just block and do not engage for your own sake.
Okay, Ryan. By the way, this is my first time seeing this dude, Nexpo. I don't know what this is. Oh my, what the fuck are those pictures? Bruh, this dude can swallow. Don't. Sometimes you just gotta stop.
Online harassment. A source of mental anguish and a plague on one's happiness. Aside from stalking, I'd say that this is one of the worst things that can happen to someone online. The constant slander, the never-ending negativity by a vulture circling over your head, ready to strike when you decide you're sick of hiding.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Really? We're gonna pretend it's that bad? Come on, brother. You can stop interacting with your Twitter account at any point. That's a fact in life. You can have them blocked. There's a lot of stuff you can do to prevent this shit. Okay, come on. It's not that bad.
I have an online harasser. And this is my story.
Wait, I'm an online harasser and it's my... I mean, there are some people that have taken it that extra step, you know? So those people, fuck them. But just people that are like, hey, you're a bitch. Most sites allow you to block stuff, okay? People that take it the extra step and, you know, trying to find out who you are and interact with your IRL life, fuck those people. But there's police for that shit. Hopefully they help you out.
What a year. As if prolonged quarantine due to a widespread, unprecedented virus wasn't enough, I was infected with
what is this?
Yet another. A different type of virus that just won't go away.
Oh boy, that does not look comfortable.
If you head to any one of my tweets and look hard enough, you'll find her. And for obvious reasons, the name in this video.
Is he Ryan? Is your name Ryan? No, he's not Ryan. Is he a Ryan? Are you Ryan?
Is not actually her name. The reputation damage that someone can cause with these claims are enough to give anyone crippling anxiety, especially when people are unaware of the context of what's actually happening. It isn't just me either. Mama Max, Mudahar, Loey Lane, and Night Docs have all fallen victim to this online plague and have tried everything in the book to get rid of it.
There is a book.
Why is she so hard to get rid of anyway? I mean, honestly, if this is just one person going up against all of us, why is this even a big deal? Don't worry. We've been working behind the scenes, compiling testimonies, constructing dossiers, and noting every single detail that's happened. Some of the things that she's done are enough to land anyone in jail, and her method of keeping her tirade alive is something that I'm having trouble wrapping my mind around. It's safe to say that I've never seen anything quite like it. And tonight, we're going to explore it. So how did I get here? It's a question that I'm sure you all have and have had for quite some time now. It's a bit tricky. Let me take you back.
Okay, please take me back. I'm extremely confused. I am extremely confused. Can you please stop with the creepy music? Okay. Stop. You're a sick, disgusting. Okay. Yeah, listen, if I see an Amanda like this in my home, I'm grabbing a fucking iron bar and whacking you across the head. I don't give a fuck. Oi.
It was a February morning.
Stop with the creepy music.
I was just waking up, sand still in my eyes, and I reached over to check my phone.
Sand?
Among everything else, I noticed I had a few Facebook comments. I opened them up to see what they're about, and
You better not have any jump scares in this shit. You better not have any jump scares.
Another ARG. If you're unaware, yes, this is a common occurrence. One of the not so great things about covering internet mysteries is that people are compelled to create their own. And they can get spammy. But I digress. I had things to do, and so I went on with my day as per usual. Again. Wait, is this? That person, or person from Facebook seems to be real convinced of something to do with me. The thing about the internets, and what's really getting to me about this, is the fact that when someone like this comes out with such loaded and heavy-handed claims, people are inclined to question it. And
True.
Some, even if it's just one person, would be inclined to believe it.
True, there's a lot of fucking idiots out there. You can tell that there is people out there that if you tell them something, and if you're any sort of person that has, like, if you have a degree, a college degree, there'll be someone that's gonna believe you just because of something that has nothing to do with what you're saying. They're inclined to believe people. I swear to God, people like this are I can't say that on YouTube. They missing shit. Okay, your brain is missing shit. Always fact check stuff. Don't just
This is how
believe
rumor
everybody.
starts, and I'm not about to be blamed for something I didn't do.
We're good guys. Still hope you are. Wait, what? Just please tell me that the lady is claiming that you and Nadia isn't sure about the rest. It really confused me. Hurt my heart. I thought you were a good guys. Still hope you are. I love you. Slap the dog shit out, you dumbass bitch. Did this actually happen? I'm very confused now. A little creeped out. One upvote. Read. I got the weirds. my name is
Jesus Christ, what the f was I dragged into?
That's exactly how you feel when your little friend starts a fight with the big dude. It's like, what the fuck? Okay, I gotta catch this ass whooping now too. God
It appears that this is all stemming from one Reddit post about a website named Rabb.it that was made to my subreddits. I'm not entirely sure why something so simple could cause such a wildfire for someone, but hell, at this point I hardly even know what Rabb.it is, and this post wasn't even made by me. I'll just give it some time. I just want this to go away. I don't need something like this wrecking my headspace.
Okay. Two weeks later.
Alright, she ain't letting up.
You are being watched and I will never stop.
Ryan, what do you want to do? Ignore it. You've got to talk about this.
Bitcoin assassin.
Address it. Ignore it, it'll pass. Address it. Ignore it. Address it. People will understand. You're gonna have to talk about it one way or another. People are wondering what's going on. Just address it. Ignore it, it'll go away. Why are you putting out a statement for something you didn't do? Address it, Ryan. This isn't your problem. Put out a statement. Everyone knows she's lying. Ignore it. Address it. Ignore it. Just address it. Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it.
Here goes nothing.
Oh, shit. Gotcha. Okay. The things we saw in the beginning. Is that a dumpster fire, boy? Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, now she's really mad. From here on, I became target number one, and the next 24 hours were nothing short of a hellish nightmare. Every single person that I publicly interacted with online became added to her growing list of targets as she openly touted on her many subreddits.
So this actually fucking
Scrolling
happened.
through them is a nonsensical word salad nightmare filled with tweets, my face, connections to rabbits,
Suck
and
it,
even
Rip.
threats. Yeah, for a while there it got personal. Too personal. You won this one, Amanda. You won this one. Privating my Twitter until release of the next video so Amanda can hopefully get off my ass. Normally I'd just leave it be, but she's begun targeting you guys and my loved ones here, and it just doesn't sit right with me.
It's
stuff started-
okay. Let's not call it she. That ain't Amanda, brother. That ain't Amanda. Let's just call it it. Probably some fucking little
About
psychopath.
a month ago out of nowhere.
Nothing bad to
And
do.
to be clear, I have no idea who she is. I've never used rabbits, nor do I have any intention on making a video on her. I just want this mess to stop. Unfortunately, others that have been harassed have reported her, but the authorities basically say they can't do anything about it. It should also be noted that she began archiving my followers on r/stoprabbits news sites if you sort by new. It's an
What?
unfortunate situation all around, and I truly hope she gets help for this.
Bitcoin assassin help?
Things got quiet for a while. After a couple weeks under a private Twitter, she seemed to back off a bit. There were a couple of instances of rat accounts getting approved to follow me, but those didn't bother me too badly. I'll admit it was hard forcing myself not to check her subreddits every hour like I'd grown so accustomed to doing. Reading it was an addiction that made me feel like absolute shits because there was nothing I could do about what she was saying. While I was helpless other than blocking and reporting her spam, something about knowing what she was saying about me put me at this strange sense of ease. Like I could somehow control it, like the feeling that she wouldn't be able to blindside me again. She was in my sights and was living in my head rent-free. But we all know situations like that are nothing but destructive.
True.
Other than that though, relatively, things seem to be looking up.
That's a cute doggo.
Finally. But I am so naive.
Oi.
I couldn't have been more wrong.
Oh,
You're talking about that chapter video?
Yes.
So that was really pretty hard on me, honestly, just because as you know, that was pretty soon into my start with this whole YouTube thing, and I had somehow miraculously gotten some pretty big people to join in on something that I thought was going to be really fun. Really wanted to do something really fun with Mike from that chapter, and what was really discouraging was her habit of going after one person and then anyone that person associates with. And so when I tagged everybody in that tweet, I tagged Justin Wang, I tagged, Loey, I tagged Alex Bale, I tagged everybody that was in there.
Oh shit,
and she immediately
Nexpo.
latched onto them.
Oh no. Should I even do this video?
And right after that, she became pretty relentless, just as she had been with you and I, on them. And so it felt really awful, because one of the things that you and I have talked about was that this has created a really awkward situation where we're kind of limited in who we can interact with publicly, specifically because of this one sole person who comes after us and anyone that we are friends with, which has kind of isolated us from a group of friends that we hold near and dear.
The Amanda virus. Jesus Christ.
On the 1st of April 2020, one of my good friends, Night Docs, would release a collaborative video by the name of The Dark Side of That Chapter. While meant to be one massive joke towards our friend Mike, little did he know what it would turn into for him. The upload featured a plethora of other creators along with myself, all jumping in to give Mike some heat for the, quote, bad things that he's done to us over the years. And it was all done in good fun. The thing was, I was a part of it, and I was infected. If Amanda's the virus consuming my life, then this video was the catalyst that unknowingly spread it. Yeah, she started harassing everyone else too.
My first experience with Amanda was after I had replied to your post. And so I saw your Twitter thread, and I specifically remember that I replied, "I'm so sorry, Rye, like that's crazy." And it was almost immediately after that Amanda started popping up for me. God, where do I even start? I remember she was very vocal about specifically thinking that I had called her crazy, because I replied, of course, to your post saying,
Sure, crazy seems like a little bit of an understatement at this point. It's a pretty wrong statement.
The situation was crazy, which I didn't. You know me, I would not just run on the internet and call someone crazy. So she started getting really vocal with me within those coming weeks, and by April, I had to make a statement of my own. And I had to say, listen, when you reply to my tweets, and it's so embarrassing to have to say that to your subscribers, that they are at risk of being harassed by this person. But I had to make my own statement. And since then, I mean, it's just been a mess. As you know, I am an ambassador for various brands, and one of them being Savage X Fenty. They retweet me a lot and show a lot of like my photos and stuff. And I remember she replied under one of their tweets, because I block every account that she has. And that was, I think that that's when I realized how serious it was, and that it wasn't just like this person on Twitter stalking me and my friends, essentially. It was like, oh, this can really impact my business, and these are very serious allegations and claims that she's making because I replied to a tweet.
I'm sure each one of them could tell their arc of the story, and I'm pretty convinced that they'd all sound pretty similar to mine. Amanda enters your life without invitation, wreaks havoc, and becomes something that you just need to learn to live with. Police can't do anything. Twitter squashes her accounts, however more just keep popping up. Blocking her doesn't do a damn thing, and interacting with her just makes it worse. This woman has so many accounts on so many different platforms that the sheer scale of the operation she's running is so grandiose that it's incomprehensible.
And the operation
Sun up to sundown, she's on our case, making absolute damn sure that our lives are hell because she's convinced that we're all up to something nefarious. One of the most ironic examples of this comes from one of her many Facebook accounts where she's accusing Max. Yes, Mama Max, the vigilante predator hunter, of being a pedophilia.
What?
She posted my video on her Facebook and called me to a bunch of people. And my first thought was, fuck this bitch.
Fair enough.
And the crazy thing is that people believed it.
What?
Unless these are bots. But these accounts go back pretty far. It's weird though, because I've noticed a strange pattern with these people. They're nice to her. Too nice. And I highly doubt that they're oblivious to the torment that she's caused people for years now.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Simps, brother. Simps. This is the simps. If it has a semi-decent features,
she's been doing this for years.
They are down. They are
We'll get
down.
to that shortly.
But how much time does this bitch have?
I want to say for the most part, since being a daily uploader and like daily poster, the engagement sort of starts to drown her out. But there were a couple days where like, you go without an upload and she like takes over a comment section and like it pops up, she like upvotes it via her like crazy bot network. And it ends up like showing into like people start asking questions, right? Like, people see the post or like, what do you promote? Like, pedophilia, or are you part of this, like, promotion of a pedophilia network or whatever with your friends? And sometimes at first I didn't bother explaining it, right? Like to a random commenter, I wouldn't, because I just let it happen. I'd let them say it and I wouldn't bother acknowledging it. I'd keep it out of the whole fray. What really got to me was where my mom came up to me and she asked me, because my mom's my biggest fan on here, so she'll like follow a video, she'll read the comments and shit. And she read the one comment from her, and like, when your family starts asking you if you're, defending of a pedophile, like that's such an awkward conversation. Like, of course it's a no, but it takes away, like, it's just a conversation you don't want to have, because now it's going to be like forever stuck and they're always going to remember it. And it's just like, it pissed me off to the point where it's like, when you have questions, when it starts bleeding into your personal life, yeah, fuck it, dude. There's no, like, the rage that I had built like 100 times over, because I was already aggravated and pissed at her, but now it's like, now it went from like, oh, I'm pissed at you, to now I'm like, I want to fucking bury you. Like, I want to fucking dig a 6-foot hole in the ground and fucking throw you down it. Like, I shouldn't even be saying it, but that's literally how I feel.
Do it. Embrace the dark side.
Because the thing is, I would chalk it up to someone being fucking crazy. But like, this is like somebody just like, this is beyond crazy. This is beyond a fucking illness. This is like malicious as fuck at its core. And that's what I'm getting from her, dude. Fuck it. Fuck her. Fuck Amanda.
Throughout April and May, her reign had spread to multiple fan bases within the internet mystery genre.
Spreading faster
While
than
things
Corona.
might have seemed like business as normal, the actions we were taking behind the scenes proved otherwise. We began a hunt for information on this person and realized that discussion about her preceded our involvement entirely. I hope you have a snack handy, because we're about to go back.
I have banana.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into a rabbit hole.
No way this is an actual Amanda. This probably some, I don't know what. This is someone that has too much time on their hands. It cannot be an actual functioning adult. Wow, wait, give me, what the one sec. Okay, I probably found about the worst point to pause and say, what am I even looking at? Brother, if this was in my face, I would uppercut you without even thinking about it. That would be like a body instinct. Get your ugly ass nose away from my screen. Jesus Christ.
It began with the advent of YouTube. The year was 2006.
2006? Hey! Courage the Cowardly Dog! Yo, this was amazing.
The channel entered the digital space, uploading mostly nonsensical home movies involving dancing and family photos. And for what it's worth...
Brother, why is your room built like a psychopath's room? What are these pictures on the wall? Well, Spider-Man at least. Some of Spider-Man's little villains.
What it's worth,
nice titties though.
People seem to enjoy it. These were run by R. Amanda Jenkins, an avid fan of metal, deathcore, and hardcore punk music, as hinted at through the...
this is the problem with metal fans. Listen, I listen to metal from time to time. I love old school metal, Pantera, shit like that. These are the type of metal fans that make like, when someone in the streets, and especially older people, go like, oh, you listen to metal? Ooh, what do you like? You know, weirdo? These are the people that give metalheads a bad name. Feels bad,
distinct
man.
Visual style portrayed through many of her uploads. Over the years, she'd cycled through a plethora of usernames, all having to do with the words core, skulls, stompy, and variations of her real name.
The Stomp Girls.
Things get a bit hazy for the next decade or so, as she shifted from username to username across various websites. However, in 2014, she'd eventually make her way to one named suicidegirls.com, where she'd end up amassing
a website called suicidegirls.com,
over 125 followers. For the better part of a year, she'd make periodic posts to the websites, curating a community that appeared to be mostly supportive of her personality and style.
The video, babe. Skrillex,
Now,
what are you doing here?
Notes. Remember how I mentioned that there are people on her Facebook that support her, even today, that have to have knowledge of her constant online harassment towards all of us. I'm not going to delve into how she met them, because I honestly don't know. But as we proceed, just let the idea of those people marinate in your mind.
I'd rather not. I'd rather not have them anywhere near my mind.
Around 2015, she'd expand her presence into other content-sharing websites.
What is this, by the way?
One of which being an early example of her many ventures into controversy.
A wedge, really. Go Hulk, bruh. Go Hulk. Nerd Rage. From follow to Nerd Rage. Okay, can we not? Can we not?
It was around this time when we'd begin to observe the early stages of the structure and vernacular that she'd use to harass her many online victims. Interestingly enough, here it was directed at a website by the name of YouCandy.
Brother, what are all these sites? YouCandy, Suicide Girls. What is next? Suicide Candy?
An explicit content sharing domain that Amanda seems to have once frequented. The social structure of the website seemed to be based on a 5-star system, where models would be rated based on the content and interaction that they provided their fans.
Bedroom topless tees.
This would, however, prove to serve as the foundation of Amanda's controversial tirade against them, as she was increasingly convinced that there was some sort of conspiracy against her. Today, the website's gone out of business due to a lack of funds. However, remnants discussing it are still online. Googling YouCandy interestingly spits out a screenshot from a website directing us to Amanda's predicament against them. This is only on the 3rd row of the very first page of results, lending perspective into the actual online damage that this woman's able to do whenever she's pursuing someone on the internet. Her website, fittingly, is simply titled YouCandy Truth, and serves as a screenshot-filled blogspot page of various DMs that she's compiled about her. Honestly, the post titles really tell you all you need to know here. Allowing models to act like fools. Video proof of YouCandy refusing to send me proof I cheat, and of model Casey Jane stalking me. Now YouCandy is going to call the cops on me. The tweet they had up, then removed using my legal name. Epic fail by YouCandy and its fake sites. YouCandy threatens me to tell sites lies about me. Unprofessional all around 100%. Proof they steal money from men who go on the site.
Where is that one? Oh, it's
now the actual turn of events that led up to this are unclear. However, considering her present-day track record in regards to online drama, I'm led to believe that she formulated the situation around herself, curated a predicament about her being owed something, and ran with it in full force. As expected, she then proceeds to spam their email, Twitter, Facebook, websites, what have you, until they give in and engage with her, giving her the heated response that she appears to thrive on.
Would explain a lot, to be honest.
In a response email to Amanda from YouCandy's moderation team from February of 2015, we can observe much of this logic in action. This notice will stay on our site until all the nonsense stops and you remove your untrue blogs and stop tweeting lies. You were banned and you were paid in full and no one lost any money or tokens. And
So
you know
was
all
an
this
actual
full
camera.
well. You started this. You could just as easily stop it. If not, we'll continue to display this notice and tweet it several times a day with your Twitter names if need be. We'll also contact all the other sites you're currently on, such as Extra Lunch Money, Free Live Friend.
Extra lunch money, my guy, brother.
My profile, Need Live, My Girl Fund, etc., and advise them of your actions.
Yo, how many sites she came
one side
girling
to
on? Like all of them?
Now there,
What
we
the
warn each other of users like you when we have to. Your call.
Jesus.
We will not be discussing this further. Feel free to post this on Twitter. YouCandy admin.
Damn,
As you might
can't
expect,
get
this interaction didn't do many favors for them, as Amanda would continue her pursuit no matter the outcome.
Yeah, you can't
Men
really
are-
stoop down to the level of trash to fight trash. It's like, what was that? You cannot try to outsmart and no, what was that? There was a saying like that. They'll take you, idiots will take you down to their level and beat you with experience. Y'all know what I mean? That saying, but I forgot how it goes, the original one.
Interesting tidbit I'd like to note here is that soon after
Kinda reminds
this,
me of that.
YouCandy, in a bizarre parallel to the actions happening now, would take their situation public, further issuing a warning to any unsuspecting passersby who might come into contact with her in the future. Paige Stompy, aka Core Stompy, Blissbound Girl, Stompy Rebel, Amanda Jenkins Riferson.
Stompy
A few
Rebel.
models have reported that the above named person has been saying untruths about YouCandy and other models and users of the
Jesus
websites.
Christ.
Even though we're reluctant to discuss individuals, we would, however, like to set the record straight by saying that, as many of you are already aware, Paige Stompy was banned from YouCandy for cheating in the weekly contest. She was also caught creating fake users and using those users to downrate other models' content on the site. All these users were also deleted and banned from the site. It's since come to light that she's also been banned from several other sites for doing the same thing. When banned, she was paid in full. We did not have to do this. However, as an honest company with a very good reputation, we paid her in full, regardless of what she'd done. She was also provided with a full statement so she could check the amount was correct. One of her fake users, or a very gullible follower, also claimed on Twitter that they were banned and lost tokens. We only ban users who break the rules to keep the site at a high standard for those that use it. None of the banned users lost money or tokens despite what they're saying on Twitter. Unfortunately, since this was one of the many screenshots from Amanda's websites, the rest of the message is cropped out. There are two things in this bulletin that I'd like to highlight though. She was also caught creating fake users and using those users to downrate other models' content on the sites. And one of her fake users, or a very gullible follower, also claimed on Twitter that they were banned and lost tokens. This is notable since on her present-day Facebook page, people unconditionally support her.
Jesus!
This has led me to believe that, much like YouCandy's claimed, maybe these are alternate accounts made to artificially boost her numbers and make her appear more relevant than she is. Either that, or perhaps her Facebook audience, full of people showering her with hugs, support, and positivity, are runoffs from her time spent on Suicide Girls, YouCandy, and the many other websites she frequented in the past.
You have a mad head stalking you.
Now, while the quantity of Amanda's online footprints and interactions proved to be substantial, ironically,
leg.
this would appear to serve as the catalyst for her descent into madness.
Yo, why does her leg why does the rest of her body look like a normal body and her leg looks malnourished? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Let me finally redirect your attention to a niche little website by the name of Rabb.it.
A cigarette, bitch.
The video streaming domain allowed users to watch online content together with a live chat.
How many fucking sites are we gonna explore? Jesus Christ.
The video streaming domain allowed users to watch online content together with a live chat off to the side. And it's an idea that's been mimicked numerous times by various other hosts over the years. Unfortunately, Rabb.it had a relatively short lifespan, only having been online from roughly 2013 to 2019. However, its eventual demise...
What do you mean short lifespan? That's pretty long. 6 years, that's good. That's not bad.
...was something that wasn't without controversy. Like we hinted at prior, Amanda was and is absolutely convinced that she is the sole reason that the website went offline. But was she?
Nah, bitch.
I got into contact with a few people that were there when this was all happening, and feel that I've gotten the rough gist of what played out in mid to late 2018. And it goes a little something like this.
Is he gonna read it? Okay, the following voicemail recording was made by Amanda to the supervisor, one of the longtime victims. In September of 2019, the victim had given Amanda no prior information and desired no interaction with her whatsoever. To date, they are unaware of how she obtained the phone number, but have a postulation that she dug it up from their employee's website. She actually called someone? Jesus. Chill your little hype drug addict ass down.
Oh, hi, this is of course, I'm just calling since you've been harassing me
Oh, she sounds like a bitch.
on Twitter, kind of like Rabbit did. And I just wanted to call and let you know I got your number. And if you guys continue to stalk me and post bullshit, I'm going to have to sit down.
Like, keep stalking me. Keep posting more bullshit. You post any more bullshit.
It's Rabbit. Don't screw with me. Because I will legally do what I had to do and go to the FBI.
Oh.
I don't think rape's funny. You guys are making a joke out of it. I don't appreciate it.
Why is her voice shaking when she's talking? She's definitely a drug addict. That's for fucking sure. She's definitely a drug addict. Or has been.
Someone actually broke in my house and tried to rape me after Rabbit allowed my fucking home number to be posted.
The fuck?
I'm not dealing with all that again. Leave me the fuck alone.
How about you leave people alone then?
Do not call this number back either.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
In 2018, Amanda Jenkins eventually stumbled her way to Rabb.it, where both her and her child would watch videos in their spare time.
Wait, her
Over the
and
course
who?
of the next...
Her and who?
Leave me the fuck alone.
In 2018, Amanda Jenkins eventually stumbled her way to Rabb.it, where both her and her child would watch videos in their spare time.
Oh no. She has a child. It's went from funny and kind of sad to extremely sad. Up. Oh damn. Well damn.
Time. Over the course of the next few months, Amanda's son, who we'll call Tyler, seemed to enjoy joining a particular user's room named O'Chris, who primarily hosted late-night cartoons and Gordon Ramsay cooking shows. It was noted by some that Chris was a father and would allow children to watch his streams with him. After eventually discovering that Tyler was a regular of Chris's Rabbit room, she began targeting and accusing him of being a pedophile. As you'd might expect, this wasn't pretty, as every single waking moment of Amanda's day was dedicated to ensuring that his online interactions were nothing short of miserable. However, it didn't quite go to plan, as Chris retaliated in full force, beginning his deep dive into her online past.
Ooh.
Once he discovered her previous profiles on various campsites, along with her track record of sustained online harassment, he took it public in hopes of discounting her entirely.
Clapped back.
Pivoting to Reddit. In December of 2018, discussions surrounding the Chris situation would ramp up on r/Rabbit Reddit, prompting responses from him. One example comes from a user named KingDude6889.
King Dude.
On the 5th of that month, he'd proceed to ask the following. Quick question about a trend in this Reddit. Who is Chris? A user named The One and Only True Me quickly responded, saying, Chris is a guy who basically streams 24/7 on Rabbit with the mic and camera on. The person who is spamming the links is constantly harassing him. Comet 0707 also chimed in. Your guess is as good as mine, but from what I'm seeing as an outsider of the drama, is this chick Core Stompy claims Chris is stalking her and harassing her. She's making a bunch of accounts to flood his rooms and such, claiming he's a pedo. I did some research that this isn't the first time a Core Stompy has claimed others as pedos. It's pretty crazy seeing this out of nowhere drama. By this point, discussion about Amanda had rapidly ramped up and knowledge about her was spreading like wildfire. The fact that she was at her peak, endlessly spamming an under-moderated subreddit about her vendetta against one user, combined with the frustration of others having their feeds clogged, it's safe to say that the community was on a considerably divisive track.
What? Couldn't he do don't they have the Twitch thing where you can put certain words, so when someone types certain word in the chat they automatically get a ban or a temporary ban, stuff like that, and gets deleted immediately.
In November, during the advent of her involvement with Rabbit, we can observe a post by a user named Califer, claiming, Yikes. If this is true, be careful.
Yikes.
The link's now dead. However, a quick glance at the URL shows us that it's from one of Amanda's Facebook pages.
How many Facebook
I'm led to believe
pages
that it involved Amanda calling Chris a doxing predator, as she'd grown so accustomed to doing, and this person ran with it. In response to this though, Chris would release a lengthy explanation, claiming the following. For the record, I did not dox her. I simply searched for Core Stompy in the Rabbit cast to find hundreds of results with the same story, of Stompy harassing and falsely accusing people of this type of stuff. For her, it's some mental battle, and unfortunately...
Alright, brother, she's already lost the mental battle. This ain't mental anymore. Besides her, nothing else is mental here.
I'm stubborn and will not say sorry for kicking her from the room. I will not go into depth because I feel like she just seeks attention and is good at obtaining it.
Probably.
However, I will continue to use Rabb.it and stream content regardless of how many accounts she makes or the lack of website security. I feel like it'd be a great asset to help in the community of Rabb.it change and be more mature. But then again, it is the internet. I am usually on camera and speak in my mind.
Why does he say an S after the internet?
I feel like it'd be a great asset to help in the community of Rabb.it change and be more mature. But then again, it is the internet. I am usually on camera and speak in my mind, which unfortunately attracts people to try to come and troll the chat while being off camera. I'm not sure why the Rabb.it community is so anti-cam and anti-mic, and typically harass people on cam, but I'm used to it by now, and will continue to cam up. Rabb.it's a great platform, and could be a big deal in the future, and that's why I stick with it, regardless of how awful the community is sometimes.
This sounds like a pretty nice guy. Why you target him, you bitch? Why? He seems like a cool dude.
Staff are actually forgiving, and I'm not sure why Stompy is targeting them or making accusations. But hey, not everyone is all there mentally, so I still try to reason with her after nearly 2 months of her spamming my room on random accounts. It shocks me that I am this patient about it, but it might be because I understand where she's coming from, and I myself have confronted pedophiles on websites like YouNow, only to be banned numerous times. Anyways, I've tried to keep this post short, but got carried away. If you happen to be Rabb.it staff and are reading this, I've mentioned many ways to easily secure the site and safeguard users. I'd be happy to help in my spare time to report bugs, exploits, glitches, and suggest fixes and make the platform a better place.
Christ,
you can find me at Rabb.it/ochris, but unfortunately due to the amount of fake accounts adding me, I don't respond much to friend requests. If you still choose to call me names or not believe me, that's fine. Because after all, it is the internet, and people are on it to waste time and or entertain themselves. You could do what I did and Google search Core Stompy and see for yourself the extent and history of this person on the internet. But beware, you might get in trouble for doxing. Peace out, people. Ochris. From here onward, Rabb.it never actually did anything about Ochris, since they claimed that he wasn't breaking any rules. Since Amanda was constantly harassing him though, she was found to be in constant violation of TOS, resulting in her accounts, and all of her alternate ones that would follow, to be banned.
So what now?
I'm led to believe that her vendetta against Ochris, combined with the fact that Rabb.it staff simply didn't take her side on the issue, had birthed a wider grudge against the platform entirely. Since this was the case, if you are, or were, at all, in any form or fashion, connected to Rabb.it, then you're complicit in siding with the website that sided with Ochris, someone that Amanda was dead set on believing to be a predator.
Psychopath.
With that in mind, as we know by this point, since someone made a post about Rabb.it to the Nexpo subreddits, then Nexpo must be associated with Rabb.it, and by proxy, a supporter of Ochris, right? Well,
he puts a lot of S's when he pronounces his words, even when there is no S's for some reason. I'm not exactly sure. It's kind of interesting though. When I'm trying to hear for it, I can notice it a lot more.
No.
Y'all notice that?
I'm not.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's why I'm tied up in all this.
So she's still doing this shit? Really? Jesus Christ. Foiled for the last time. Chapter 4. Foiled for the last time. For last time, boy. For last time.
What about her prior targets though? Like I said earlier, I got into contact with a few...
Seems like she's targeted the world. Everyone's a pedophile. Jesus Christ, which one of their targets?
Users that were there at the time, including one of her longtime victims, Comet0707. Unfortunately, she's been dealing with Amanda's harassment for years now, and it even dates back to when she was a minor herself.
Professional procrastinator currently writing an RPG
the
book.
Time, it's been so hard for me to talk to people or even get this off my chest because nobody knows what to do about it.
True.
You don't want to be involved with the shit I've seen. You don't want any part. You're worried about the police coming at your door and being like, oh, you're in possession of things. And I'm not though. I was sent things. I deleted it. I don't want it. And I'm just happy to finally have a voice out there to sort of tie everything in and be like, this has been happening for over a year now. She's still out there. She's still tagging me in Twitter posts. She's still coming after me. There's still so much damage.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna say one thing. I don't think a lot of people deserve to be RKO'd from a 2-story building down to a steel floor. This bitch Amanda, she kinda deserves that shit, let's be honest.
In my Discord server,
she can't get any more brain damage, it cannot get worse, so I might fix things.
There's still so much.
Never know,
There's still people asking for what happened, the full story, and I don't think I could ever give the full story because, like I said, it's a year's worth of harassment and breakdowns and
how does she get money?
Endless nights being
how does she survive?
Totally just ruin
if she full-time
whatever
harass people.
Existence I have online.
By 2019, Rabb.it shut its doors due to a lack of continued funding. Comet and Slender Snake would continue running the official Rabb.it subreddits in hopes of keeping the community alive and connected. However, it came at a cost. After hearing about what Amanda did to her, myself, NightDocs, and all the other YouTubers that were dealing with her had realized that this had far outgrown online harassment and bullying. Amanda distributed to a minor, and action needed to be taken.
Wait, she did what?
Amanda distributed
CP
to a minor,
I don't even
and
want to
action
know.
needed to
I
be
don't
taken
even want to know.
as
Don't
soon as
let me know
possible.
what it is. I don't really care.
We reached out to a private investigator, her internet service provider, a lawyer, and NightDocs and Comments even contacted the FBI.
Yeah, bitch. How about some reaction to your actions, dumbass? Huh? How you gonna lie? I hope you get fucking like 15, 20 years in prison. Hope you enjoy the other fucking psychopaths out there. Hope they teach you some lessons, you little bitch. Fuck you. Okay, I got a little too. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I got a little hype there. Okay. Hope she gets it. Oh god. Is he gonna read it? Am I gonna read it?
Upon further reflection, I'm going to end this video a bit differently than I originally intended, because for some insane reason, what Amanda had done hadn't really hit me. I was originally going to end this with a quick wrap-up saying we called the FBI about it, and that we're going to get through this. Happy redemption arc time. But
redemption for who?
No.
Bitcoin assassin.
What's something that entrenches you in anger?
Oh. Oh, I think I know what CP is.
It's going to sound weird saying this, but I don't doubt the idea that Amanda found
disgusting
on Rabb.it. It's repulsive that her method of getting the word out is harassing and sending it to people while grouping them in with actual online predators. And even more so, as she subjected what she believed to be a minor to that. Of course, we've reported this to the proper authorities, and I hope to God we hear back. But I'd be lying if I said my hopes were high. Back during that phone call Night Ducks made, they didn't exactly seem interested, and that really frustrated me. I know Kids Chat wasn't the only one, and if Amanda did find something on Rabb.it, then it's a hell of a good thing it shut down. We know though, we know that there are other chat rooms and hosting sites out there facilitating some of the most revolting activity by those that deserve to be in prison, and I refuse to stand for it. So to you, ending. Amanda Jenkins, I want you to know this.
Jenkins.
You will no longer affect me. You will no longer affect my friends.
And I will become the rabbit. You think you fight the rabbit, but you think you are the rabbit, but I shall personify the rabbit. I will be the rabbit to haunt you.
You will no longer affect anyone that interacts with me. Okay. You've absolutely decimated an already shit year with your constant antics.
Stop before you get arrested.
You know what? The bright side here is that you've lit a fire under my ass to do the job that you've been consistently failing at. So thank you for opening my eyes.
Became furry?
We'll take it from here.
Y'all became furries?
The right way.
You don't get a happy ending? Okay, do we please get a happy ending, Nexpo? What kind of keyboard is that, buddy? He's got one of those micro keyboards. Interesting, that's a pretty cool setup. Why does it have like 20 windows? It's kind of weird. FBI knows why you closed yourself and how you removed proof. I was ripped because of Rabb.it from your Facebook and how you set me up and I lied. So she didn't get any. There's no repercussions for her being. Okay, whatever. Okay, well, it wasn't the happiest of endings, but I guess fuck it. We'll take a quick thank you to the Patreons. Pedro Martinez, Kamasku, and Rob Berry, Swastek, Fuel Chicken 53, Senior Hill to Lemon, Monarch, Madash, Ronic, Nah, James Bizone. Thank you all for the support. Yeah. Okay, well, that was a Nexpo video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. It was a long ride, and it was kind of creepy at times, kind of disturbing. It kind of sucks that there's people like this out there. I never understood this whole point. Like, yeah, you can insult someone in a video game that's pissed you off, but spending any more time after the game is over to try and harass them, never understood it. To be honest, never really my thing. Like, It's over. Just fucking let it go. No point. Yeah. Let me know what y'all think, and I'll check you next time, buddy. Have a nice day.